I think rowing is really unique. I think everyone gets into, when you find a sport you love, you do really get into it. But rowing is, in the nicest way, a bit like a cult. Whilst you may come from different areas of life, different backgrounds, different clubs from, of different financial brackets, at the end of the day, we are all united here because we love this sport.
Well, people in the club, I think since first year, most of my friends are from the club. Like, I would say my housemates are 2 rowers that I met in second year. Most of my friends, I would go out most of the time or hang out with people from rowing. We do spend a lot of time with each other, so it helps.
It's a very unique kind of mental toughness. And I think that is what really bonds us together as a group, despite our varying personalities and characters. And I think when it comes to explaining that to wider people and the lack of understanding around it, I mean, it's about relating it to something that they love, a film, a book, their course at uni, Why do a difficult course? Because I love medicine, because I love engineering,
I know a lot of people in my squad have always struggled with competing for having the money to race, because if you think we race once every 2 weeks, that's £50 most time, and especially on a student's budget it's really tight. Especially when we joined, that was £200, which for a lot of people is most of the money they're going to have for the term.
Rowing is, and there are so many efforts to change it, but at the end of the day, rowing is a middle-class, white, elitist sport. You look up and down here, it's one of the whitest sports you can do, and it is so grounded in that kind of money background that I think you need people that are willing to push through that kind of want to have funding or the idea that you need to have money to row, to prove that you don't. And to set that example, we can send a boat to head the river or butts from our little scaffolding pen in Cardiff. Having rowed up and down here a couple of times, you look at all the Leander and all the Upper Thames rowing clubs and you look at them. But then, I look back to when I was a junior and our boathouse was a shed with asbestos in the roof, and we used to train in there with all the dust coming out everywhere, and yet we still won things, and that was kind of it kind of forced us, it kind of enthused us, just because we haven't got a nice boathouse doesn't mean we can't win.
Right, and that's the most important bit, because that's when the boat's going slowest, so that's when you can get the greatest power on the base to accelerate the boat. Okay? So just think about placing.
The impact of finances towards getting to a podium is enormous. If you look at Bucks Regatta, you look at the AB finals, the majority of those crews will be the exact same as the previous year. Oxford Brookes, London, Newcastle, Durham. The common thread running through all of these is funding. It is a funded coach. It is new boats on the regular, up-to-date equipment. We're running with literally equipment from the 90s, but we make do. And the fact that we, as underdogs and all of the other underdog university clubs across the UK, the fact that we every now and then manage to crack into those ABs is despite our financial struggles.
I don't think it determines winners. A car without a good engine won't go very fast, and rowing is the same. If the rower is terrible and has no power, a good boat won't help, but when they're very equal, a good boat might make that difference to get a medal or just stand under the podium.
So we're looking between buying a new Cox 4 for the club. And at the moment we've got an offer from Yanisek. You're not going to win Henley in that, you're not going to you see Yanni at the Olympics, but they're boats that will last and they'll take you a long way. So on the other hand, we could spend a bit more money and we could go for the new Kangoo that we tried, which is very nice, it's a new boat, but will it last? Because of our lack of funding, we don't have a boathouse, we don't have anywhere indoor to store anything. So it would be stored outside on racks that aren't designed for rowing boats. It's literally just scaffolding. So there's a very high chance that it'll get damaged. And that's where a Yanotech comes into its forte, because they are indestructible. It will last for those years outside, and it's been proven by hundreds and thousands of boats.
For us personally, the first step is that we are at a Russell Group university who understandably prioritise research and academics and is very good at that. But I think there is a misunderstanding from the academic side of our university alone that sport does not add to the student experience. Sport is the student experience, you know, in the same way that societies are the student experience. It's the thing with uni is it's all about creating a community and finding your community. I mean, that's what we all talk about, isn't it, when we come here? University is about finding yourself. It's not a case of becoming, you know, Cardiff Met or Oxford Brookes. You know, it's just about re-examining our priorities and re-examining our perception of what is the student experience. Because at the end of the day, your student experience is not the centre for student life. It is not a brand new building. It is the people you talk to. It is the communities you build.